Can you imagine being in high school, worried about graduation and your future, dating someone that you probably think is also a normal student that's worried about the same stuff as you are, and then they tell you that they just unalived two people? No? Me neither. But for the girlfriend of Connor Kerner, that was her experience in 2019. On February 25th, 2019, and about 1 month shy of his 18th birthday, Connor Kerner, 17, took the lives of Thomas Grill and Molly Lanham, placed their bodies in Molly's car, and set the car on fire in a remote location. Then he attempted to cover up the crime and took steps to permanently dispose of their remains. Thomas and Kerner had previous dealings, and they planned to meet that evening to settle a $15,000 debt Kerner owed Thomas. On Sunday, February 24th, Thomas and Molly drove her black Honda Civic to meet Kerner at his grandparents' home in Hebron, Indiana. But because Kerner had nothing for Thomas at the time, they decided to meet the following day. The next day, Monday, February 25th, Kerner left his high school, where he was a senior, around 10:15 a.m. with another student, John Silva, and drove the two of them to his grandparents' home. Meanwhile, Molly and Thomas left for the same location with plans to be back by 1 p.m. On arrival, Molly stayed in the vehicle while Thomas went inside to meet with Kerner. Despite their arrangement to settle Kerner's debt, things did not go as planned. Silva was inside the home, apparently armed with Kerner's grandfather's weapon, and Kerner was armed with a weapon owned by his mother. Once inside the garage, Kerner fired 6 times at Thomas, striking him at least once. Then Kerner grabbed a nearby wrench and beat Thomas, causing his death. Kerner then walked to the driveway where Molly sat inside her car. He told her to get out of the car and follow him into the garage. There, Kerner showed her Thomas's lifeless body and said, "This is what I'm going to do to you if you tell anyone what I did. This is going to be you." Molly pleaded with him to let her go, and he initially agreed, but when she turned to leave, Kerner used his weapon and struck her in the head, unaliving her. Connor's immediate priority was to return to his home in Valparaiso, about 30 minutes away, so that he could drive his mother to the airport for a 2-day business trip. He returned to his grandparents' home, got his hair cut, and had dinner with his girlfriend and her family. Then he and his girlfriend went to his house. He told her that he had done something really bad and that he had unalived someone and an innocent girl. He said that he was going to go back after she left and clean some things up. She didn't really believe him and left around midnight, unsure that it was real and kind of afraid. After this, Kerner went back to his grandparents' house and cleaned up. He spent several hours cleaning up the crime scene, putting Thomas and Molly into the Honda Civic, driving the vehicle into a wooded area about 2 miles away, setting the vehicle on fire, and then walking back to his grandparents' house. Thomas and Molly's family learned that the two were missing and began searching for them. Kerner's grandfather saw that his weapon was missing. His mother was contacted by Thomas's mother, and his girlfriend saw the missing person post on social media. It was all quickly unraveling for Kerner. After learning of Thomas and Kerner's planned meetup, a police officer investigating the missing persons report called Kerner. Kerner lied and said that he'd never made it there. Some witnesses that Kerner had told about the crimes and had threatened to do the same to them went to the police and told them everything. With that information, law enforcement was able to locate the Honda Civic with the remains inside in a wooded area about 2 miles from Kerner's grandparents' home. They also recovered 2 propane tanks and canisters from inside the vehicle. Then they went to arrest Connor. Ultimately, Kerner was convicted of 2 counts of unaliving, 2 counts of attempted robbery, and 1 count of arson. He was sentenced to 179 years. John Silva didn't escape justice either. While he wasn't the one that pulled the trigger, his involvement in the cleanup and the robbery attempt came with a heavy price. On May 20th, 2022, Silva was sentenced for his role in aiding an attempted robbery and aiding involuntary manslaughter. At the end of the day, we're left with 2 families in Northwest Indiana whose lives were changed forever over a $15,000 debt. It's a reminder that the truth in these cases isn't just in the court documents, it's in the lives taken and the families left to pick up the pieces.